2010, Jan Maccabee was living with her husband Bruce in a town called Lima, Ohio. While Jan had built a successful career as a booking agent, her real passion was deer hunting. Right after deer hunting season had opened, Jan decided to go out on a hunt. Jan's preferred method of hunting was to sit and watch from a tree stand with her bow and arrow and wait to take a shot when a deer came by. That day, she made it to her tree stand by about 5:30. The forest she was going to be hunting in was one she was very familiar with, and it was not very remote. The whole time this is happening, Jan can hear birds and crickets and squirrels. By about 6:20 p.m., she became aware that the forest had suddenly gone completely quiet. And she knew the only time this happened was when a large predator was in the area and all the other animals went quiet. There was just something different about this silence. She immediately became aware of something about 20 feet away, moving through the branches she described as a visual distortion, like it was a see-through person that had been wrapped in Saran Wrap. Jan thinks it's a floater in her eyes, and so she rubs her eyes, and when she looks up, this thing has now moved down a branch closer to her and has stopped, perched on the branch, staring at her. And Jan grabs her phone and she raises it up and she takes a picture on her BlackBerry right as this thing kind of disappears behind the tree and vanishes. Just seconds after this thing disappeared, all the sounds in the forest came back, but Jan was really shaken up because she just could not make sense of what she just saw. She brought her phone up to look at the picture she had taken. When she looked at it, it looked like a blurry mess. She's thinking to herself, I don't really understand how this photo got so messed up. She just felt like that didn't happen. It must have been in my head. That night, when Jan got back to her house, she did not tell her husband Bruce about what happened to her. They're both on their phones. And at some point, Bruce, I just got a really interesting email from our nephew, the one that goes to school down the road. He said that today they were outside. At some point, all of them turned to look at the forest and there was a bright circular light. And at some point, the light kind of went back into the forest and they didn't know what to make of it. And as soon as he finishes, she says, what time did he say that happened? Bruce picked up how intensely she was asking him and was like, why? At this point, Jan revealed everything that had happened to her. She would tell him that the forest she was in was the same one. She told him she tried to take a picture of the thing she saw, but the picture didn't come out. But her husband, who is an optical physicist, an expert at analyzing a picture, said, here, let me take a look at it. And he discovered an anomaly. Jan's BlackBerry was only capable of taking pictures in 3 distinct resolutions, small, medium, or large. And this picture she had taken, it was some random size that the phone was actually not capable of producing. Bruce looked at the other couple of pictures she had taken that day. It was just this one picture that was a total anomaly. Bruce started conducting experiments to see if he could duplicate this image, and he could not duplicate. Bruce believes whatever was in the trees distorted this image. Even if she had put her finger over the lens, the picture resolution was altered in such a way that something had to have an effect on it.